Well, hello and welcome to my channel. Age is just a number and my name is Barbara Jean. This is a channel for women over 40, 50, 60, 70 who have a love of fashion and beauty, and it's not about either of that today. As you can see by the title and the thumbnail, I am giving an update on my surgery. So if you are new to my channel and you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, I had hip arthroscopic surgery in June, this past June. And this was to repair some torn tendons, specifically the gluteus minimus and gluteus, minimus and medius. I had to get that straight, yeah. And a bursectomy, which is removal of part of that bursa that was not in good condition and inflamed. I was treated for bursitis for over a year before I found my surgeon, and he was able to get me in and get this taken care of. So I want to do a little update here. My surgeon is Dr. John Cristoforetti, and until he came to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, this surgery was not done around here. So I was very, very fortunate to find him and his wonderful staff. Ryan, his physical therapy has been a wealth of information for me as well too. So last week was my 7th month checkup. So how am I doing? Well, I'm doing absolutely fabulous. The appointment went really well, and we went over everything that I had been doing, which, you know, once I was able to go do the pool and walk in the pool. I had been doing that 3 times a week for 1 hour a week. I did add into it, which I had been doing for several months, is the weighted fins, and that was in the last video, I do believe. I will put a link down below to my other videos. I may even create a playlist. I'll think about that. Yeah. So, but where I put water in the fins, and then I use them to do my workout upper body. And so I do that for an hour. He will also had let me go back to start walking on land, and I have been doing those the days that I don't go to the pool, and I'm typically walking 2 to 3 miles. Sometimes I break it up and do it a little bit in the morning, do it a little bit in the afternoon. But yes, I have been really enjoying it, because that was my whole goal, was to get back to where I could walk, because walking outside for me is just my relief. It's my time, and I needed it so much. I wasn't able to walk for such a long time, and I missed it so very much. So what my appointment with him, specifically Ryan, the physical therapist, we kind of went over the plan for what I could do. I can now start doing water aerobics. Now, my pool is shut down for another week because they've been redoing it, so I have to wait till they get back. But my pool at the gym, they do have water aerobics 1 time a week. I asked about Zumba, and he said, no, not till I can get water aerobics down. So I've got to be able to do the water aerobics for a while. So, but he did also give me some core exercises that I could do. These were ones that I had done with the previous physical therapist, Marty, who had referred me to Ryan and then Dr. Cristoforetti. So I have those that I can do. It's easier at the physical therapist because you're on a table. Here I have to do them on the floor. But you know, it's all good. So, and then I still have some weights that I work at home with, just for upper body, and I still do the hip circles and the pull, and I've also started kind of adding a little bit more flexibility in there, where I take my leg and go forward and backward and then sideways also into the pool. So I think a lot of these things that I have been doing, because I have been doing it in the pool, have really, really been helpful. I also, because when I started right before surgery, I talked about how I beefed up my protein and my vitamin C to help with surgery. Well, I'm still doing that, and I think that has played a lot of part of this. And I'm going to stop right here, because I was advised that I need to also put a disclaimer in here, and it's in the description box down below. But I am not a doctor. I am not a medical professional. These results are my results and to what I've been doing. So I can't, I'm not telling you you should be doing exactly what I'm doing. I'm just telling you what has worked for me, but you need to get what works for you with your doctor, your own personal physician, to define what you need to do. So this is just me sharing you my journey and my story about this, and how I have attacked it and how it has helped me personally. So with that said, when I was at the visit with Dr. C, and if you're watching, hi, and Ryan, if you're watching, hi, they've all watched, his whole office, they've watched my video. So they're kind of watching me as well too, and knowing what the information that I'm sharing out there with you. But I think really for me has been consistency, but staying within the guidelines of what is recommended in Dr. C's protocol. And that's very, very important. So if you have found this video, excuse me, and you are going to be having this surgery, or you're having these issues, you need to find the best doctor that you can find. Dr. C is part of a group called ISHA, ISHA. I'll put a link down there below. It's a society of hip specialists and the surgeries that they perform on the hips. And I know that Dr. C actually goes around training other physicians on this type of surgery, because it's just not as frequent. He says he does it about once a week, but it's not, there's not a lot of it out there. And there's a lot of people probably out there suffering from this, and they didn't know that they could probably get relief from this. So I continue to do what is in my program that I'm allowed to do. You know, he did say, you know, a while back that we talked about that it takes 24 months for complete healing from this type of surgery. But if I continue at the path that I'm out, there's a really good chance that by my 1 year mark, I'll be able to do whatever I want to do, because I have taken my recovery seriously. I followed the protocol, and it's all working out. So I'm glad I had the surgery, and I have been released from him. I don't have to go back for any more doctor's appointments unless I need them. That's what he said. So, you know, we talked about the hamstring. I did have, you know, if you've watched the earlier videos, you know I did have some tears in both hamstrings as well, especially the right one that was really, really painful. But because he couldn't do that surgery and the glutes at the same time, we decided to see if the hamstring will heal on its own. It's doing so much better. I did have an instance where I sat on a hard chair for several hours, several longer hours. And then it was very painful that night, and it was very painful for a couple of days. But after that, it kind of just, I let it heal. You know, you have to listen to your body. That is one of the most important things, is you have to listen and pay attention to what the protocol is. And that's all I've got to say about that. So I just wanted to come on here and give a quick update about this. I'm very, very excited that I'm coming along as I have, and I see more things down the road that I can do, and I'm just it's a blessing. It was indeed a blessing for me to find this doctor that was able to help me with this, and I know he helps others, and I know that there's some of you on here that also are aware of who he is. So, and you know, it's funny, I'll throw this in here. My next door neighbor, he has the same pain. He needs the same type of surgery. So, you know, how many people are out there or walking around that need this type of surgery? So that's very interesting. So if you have found me because of this, and you know somebody, you might just share this information with them. I've got the other videos of everything I went through, the surgery before and after, and even some of what I was doing in the pool. So I thought, yeah, I don't need me to take you along to the pool again, or take you out for a walk again. So I'm just very excited that I have come this far in my recovery, and I am doing so well. So I want to thank everybody who has watched my videos on here and who has sent me well wishes and all your kind comments, and I appreciate it so very much. So, and if you stick around for my other content, my fashion and beauty, I appreciate that as well too. So I'm going to get out of here, but I'm going to end it with what I tell every single lady out here. Ladies, remember, every day, get up and show up, because you are worth it. So until I see you in my next video, have a very blessed day.